But based on the valuable local knowledge we've received through consultation about how people use Harewood Road, their concerns, and considering this alongside our technical assessment, we've developed a preferred option for the route as previously described and as consulted. At the western end, it's a shared path on the south side of Harewood Road. It widens out the existing path. It's a cost-effective solution that doesn't affect the existing carriageway. Past between Kilmuir Lane and Numwook Boulevard, it's a two-way on the south side. It removes the minimum amount of parking through that section. Through the central section, it's a one-way cycleway on either side. It slows the vehicles down. It's safest for the riders. It's the most intuitive for all users. And it has an equitable distribution of parking. And it has no side road restrictions. Continuing from the roundabout through to Matson's Ave is a two-way on the north side. It provides parking on the south side of Greer's Road, the south side of Harewood Road east of Greer's, and it has the least impact on the operation of the Greer's Road intersection. And then there's the one-way section from Matson's Ave through to the Northern Line, which at the moment is one ways either side, and we'll go away and review that as discussed. So I'll hand you over to Kelly, now who's the PM.
I'll quickly outline.
Put your speaker on.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
Right.
Sorry. I just want to outline just the process moving forward from now for Wheels to Wings. So from next week, on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, we're holding community open days in Bishopdale Mall at the old ARA campus. And this will be an opportunity for the public to see all the designs that have been considered and the changes that have been made to the preferred design after consultation. There will also be a long plan of the preferred design so that people will be able to see the detail of what is being proposed at specific locations. That's about a 7-metre long plan. We've asked people to book into the open days. There's a maximum of 20 people coming to each 50-minute session, and that's so that we can maintain social distancing. So far, about 110 people have booked, and everyone that we've spoken to so far to book are still really engaged in the project and in the process. We'll be visiting the surrounding businesses when we go out there to encourage them to attend the open days if they haven't already booked. And we'll be doing more social media updates next week to remind people to come along if they haven't already booked for the sessions. On next Tuesday from...
If by chance there was more demand to attend than we can cater for under the existing COVID rules, would you be willing to do more public information sessions?
We have booked the following Monday is available if there is more demand than we can provide for next Wednesday, Thursday and Friday.
Great.
So on Tuesday night from 4 to 6 p.m, there's a session for elected members to come along and view all the open day material before the public, and also just to have an opportunity to speak with the team and ask any more questions. You'll also be able to have a look at the detailed plans as well. So it'll be really great to see as many of you there as possible. Yep. From next Wednesday, we'll also be carrying out further engagement with the community for 3 weeks until the 17th of November. And we're going to be asking for people's comments on the design changes that we've made following consultation, the comments on the design options that they'll now be able to see, and just any other comments that they have as well. On Thursday, the 2nd of December, we are having a workshop with the board members from Papanui Innes and Whenelton Waimarie Harewood, who are not councillors and not on the hearings panel. Mm-hmm. And this will be the same presentation as today, but it will also include the analysis of the further engagement that will be starting next week. And the purpose of that workshop is to inform the board's submission on the hearings panel.
Right.
And then early next year, the hearing dates are yet to be confirmed. The hearings team are working on that at the moment, and that will inform a recommendation to the Urban Development and Transport Committee for a decision. And that's it. That's the end of the presentation. So there's still time if there's any more questions that anyone would like to answer.
Has anyone got any questions? Aaron?
So there was strong feedback from a number of people around putting the cycleway under the trees in the berm, because you've got basically 2 metres either side of the tree trunks. Why can we not have it on there? Why is that ruled out? But not have the lane reduction, just use like a swimming pool fence or something.
So this is on either side of the road by removing the berm and sealing it? Is that the...
Well, you'd seal it with a permeable surface. You wouldn't put a solid surface. The trees would die. But
Or in the central...
the median.
Central median.
Sorry,
the
central
median.
Oh, the central median, right. Yeah, so look, there's not sufficient width to do that. The central median at the moment is 4.6 metres wide, and a two-way cycleway is 3 metres wide. So it leaves 1.6, which is, by the time you take into account a tree trunk and then clearance to your traffic lanes, there's not enough space. So we looked at it from the kind of the Linwood Ave perspective. It's 30 metres wide. There's plenty of room to do it. So to put anything in the central median, you'd need to remove the traffic lanes either side, which then becomes the option 2 was that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So there's just not physically enough
So
space.
you can't have a 2 metre wide lane in one direction and a 2 metre wide in the other direction, or 1.9 or something. That doesn't work.
Not in a 4.6 median, no.
I think the team showed it, but you had to take the trees out.
But
So you can't get a 2 metre lane down either side
well, it's about a 1.9
and
or
retain the
1.8.
trees.
Or you...
And retain the trees is what we were saying.
I'm reluctant to do this, but let's go back to that picture, because I mean it was the option that I wanted to see.
Well, a number
in
of the
the
public
early days,
suggested
There just isn't enough.
But the report told me that we couldn't do what I wanted to do, which was to put it like Linwood Ave. So go back to the other one. Go one back from there. So that's taking out a lane and putting a cycleway either side.
So not doing that. Either side of the tree trunks, you got about 1.8 to, depending on the tree,
No,
to
because
2
you've got
metres.
roots in your trees. That's the other option, as you take the trees out.
Well, no, there's grass there now, and then you
But what we're
use
saying,
permeable
Councillor, is
concrete.
you can't fit
Yeah.
it. You can't fit it in.
Yes,
There
I-
isn't
not wide
space to
enough.
fit it in. It's not wide
I-
enough.
So how wide does the cycle lane need to be that's going in one direction? What's our skinniest lane we've got?
1.8.
A 4.8 single direction lane.
One.
Oh,
1.8.
1.8. Okay, so there's pretty much 1.8. If you make the curb, the concrete side of it, even 200 mil wider for putting the fence on, because you've got to definitely
Councillor,
have to.
please.
No, okay,
Please.
just
The
putting
team
forward.
have really looked at it, and they've looked at it seriously, and they have taken it seriously. They've done everything they can to see if they can
Okay.
fit it in. They can't fit it in with the trees.
Yeah, the only way is can you go back one? Because it is one that I wanted, but
Only way is to widen
when
the
I
median.
when I read the paper, this was the only option in the centre, and I thought that the limitations.
Well, we went down with a tape measure and didn't find any spots that weren't 1.8 wide on either side of tree trunks. So, but just saying, but if it can't be done, it can't be done. And then the other thing a lot of public said was because they didn't want the lane reduction, they'd prefer.
I wish you'd done this when we'd gone through this section. Yeah.
Was the shared path, but you're saying that can't be done because it's an MCR.
It can't be done because it's not to standard. It's just it wouldn't be
But
to standard.
Well, to an MCR
It's
standard.
also
But can it? Sorry.
It's also the mixing of, we also talked about this
How
road
dangerous it
and
would
the
be.
unusual characteristics of this road, with the number of elderly along it, the number of people that are walking, and it's that mixing of different groups. So it's also about the demographic down the road and how we don't think it's the right thing to propose.
Right.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, I am now regretting doing this because maybe I should have turned our attention to it as a panel on the way through. But I thought that the downsides had really ruled it out. But
Well, they hadn't in the public size, but if it's in the report size, then
yeah. But we'll
must be
hear
what it is.
submissions. We'll
Yeah,
hear what
that's
people
right.
have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
Sorry,
bringing it up
Jason.
now because it probably will come up because those.
So no,
were the
I just
main
wish
bits
you'd
we had.
raised it when we got to the slides on the central bit. So, Jason.
Thank you. So just a quick question from me. So on the, sorry, I've just got a 3-year-old that's just kind of just busted in. On the process towards the end of it, when we've got, say, like the recommended designs, would it just be the
Do you
one
wanna go
design
back to
again
the-
we're recommending, or would we, or would we
Go
be
back to
able
the
to show?
timing.
Would we be able to show, say, like, because the way I see it is that a lot of residents, they might not be able to see the downsides of that 2-lane on the north side, even though it has more parks reduced from that side, even though the overall reduction in parks is the lowest.
So
But that and compared to the preferred option you had type of thing would provide quite a lot of justification, because if they can't see it, then they're like, oh, what about that north side? So I was just wondering, like, how that might look at that point.
So we're going to go through all of this information with the public and the public open days as well. And all of this information will be presented in the hearings report as well, as in options and positives and negatives as to why. But staff do need to give the hearings panel a preferred option.
Yeah,
And
okay. No,
after
that's great.
And then you make that call after that.
Yeah, after we've heard the submissions, we may choose to comment on options that we're not recommending as well. And that might also be in the report back. So when it comes to council, it'll be plain what we considered and plain why we chose the option that we chose and why we perhaps didn't choose some of the others.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Good. All right. So I think that brings us to an end, and it is 5 o'clock. So I'm absolutely thrilled with that. I thank you so much, everyone, Lynette, the team. You've just gone to so much trouble, and I know that you've spent a lot of time out there talking to people, listening to people, and then going away and working through the myriad of options that you've presented to us today. So I just want to say it's been highly valued by myself as chair, but also members of the hearings panel, and I think it's going to stand us in very good stead as we go into the hearings in the new year. So good luck with the community engagement, and we look forward to receiving your report on that. So thank you very, very much for your time, and we can end the meeting there. Thank you.
Thank you.